Hello everyone and welcome back to Farming Summit 2019 with me, Havoc. Alright, so in today's episode we are going to cut out trees, and if you look very carefully, there in the distance you can see them. They are just visible on our field up on the hills. What we're quickly going to do before that is we're going to quickly have a look at our animals, how they are faring. Because it's been effectively, we got the animals a day before we planted the trees, give or take, and it's been effectively been 13 days for the horses and 14 days for the cows, game days that is. And I can honestly say it's been actually going quite well. We're up to 37 black and white cows, 18 of the other ones each, so they've got another 12 hours to go, not bad. And this is what we have gotten in return. An absolute ton of manure and slurry. I'm going to say that this is more than enough considering we only have one field that we're actively working. Even though I'm not actively working it, it's completely covered in weeds. But, you know, if I had the money for the equipment, I would completely be able to use that instead of buying fertilizer, so that would be free. However, I do find that the cost of the equipment is very expensive compared to regular stuff, because you need, not only do you need separate tankers, this 165 plus 53, it's like what, 210, 220,000, and that's just slurry. That's one slurry tanker. Then you still have to get manure if you want to use your manure, which are not that as expensive, but we got a modded one for 120,000. But yeah, you got this one for 99. That's effectively over 300,000 just so you can use free fertilizer. Whereas you compare that to a fertilizer spreader, like one of these, that's 115,000, or the one that we're using, 84,000. So that's 3 times the cost, and that still can't do herbicides. So you still need this one to do herbicides if you do not manage to catch your weeds in the first stages. So yeah, it's a hell of an investment, but hey, once you got it, then it's free stuff if you have enough. Also, we got 120,000 liters of milk. We're not going to sell that now, but hopefully in the next episode I can get a good sell price. I'm not actually sure what is a good sell price. I haven't looked at it, but yeah, that's a lot of milk to be sold. And we got our tanker there. I think this tanker takes about 80,000 liters, so we got at least a full tanker. Alright, so in today's episode we are gonna buy, what am I doing? We're gonna buy forestry equipment, which means we're gonna have to loan a ton of money. I think it's around 500,000 that we need, so we're gonna quickly get to that figure. Alright, there we go. And then we're gonna buy our equipment. Now, our first bit of kit is gonna be the cutter. The Ponzi Scorpion King, absolute brilliant piece of kit. And again, I'm going for this one because it just has a little bit more power than that one. Other than that, I don't really think there's any difference. I really don't think so. But yeah, we're gonna need more than 500,000. Because this one's already 440,000. So that's just ugly. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Why is it blue? Yeah. What's the difference? Magnum, Eco Track, Evo Baltic, X. They're pretty much all the same. I don't like them. Right, so we're gonna buy this one. Buy. Yes. We just spend an absolute fortune. Alright, so to begin with, we can either quickly borrow some more money. I was thinking to get one of these trucks, which I still think is a good idea. But that's another 200,000 effectively that we need. So yes, we are going to do that. We are going to borrow the money for that, because we're going to make it back so quickly. Now what I've also decided is we're going to place, let's do 250. Let's do a bit more. Let's just max out the loan. Nah, let's stop there. Okay, 450,000 that we need to pay back, and I'm sure we'll get it. We do have a bit of maintenance to do here, but you know, it's a dolly, who cares? And that is our tree planter. So of one station of planting trees, we've degraded it by 55%. That's quite bad. So if we want to use it again, we need to go get it. But it doesn't seem like its repair value affects its, crop planting. It can't really use any more seeds because it uses one sapling per plant. So whatever. So we might just let's see what happens if we take that all the way down to 0 if it stops working. We're gonna go with this one. It's a modded one. It just has a bit more power, it's just great, and it's a 6x6, so 6-wheel drive. Trailer hitch? Yeah, why not? Yeah, we're gonna get it with a trailer hitch. Alright, we're gonna buy that. Shall we change the color? It's already kind of green, but we like our green. And yeah, that can stay like that. Alright, we're gonna buy that. Alright, yes. Thank you. And then what we still need is our forestry trailer, which again is a modded one because it's got the auto load with it. Absolutely worth having. I probably would not attempt to do trees without it. It would take too long. And let's put some nice white tires on it. I like white tires. Yes. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go there now. We're gonna jump in one of them. Why don't you want me to click on the right one? Alright, let's just enter this one. Alright, so we're gonna drive very slow Ponce Scorpion King over to our field. So I'm sorry, I love looking at cap. But yeah, I will time lapse that as I drive over the field, and I'll drive all our equipment over there. Once we're there, ooh, that's a nice view. You can actually view your cutter. I didn't realize that. Not bad. Let's just lift that up so we don't bump it. Yeah, I need to get used to the control. So yes, that's the one. Okay. And then I'll show you guys how I cut trees, which I find works the best for me. I'm sure there's better ways out there, but this works for me. Alright guys, I will see you up there once I have all the kit, and then we'll quickly buy the fuel and repair station place one up there. I think we're gonna need those kind of kit up there. Considering how slow this drives, you don't want to be dragging this all the way down here. And yes, I know we can get a low loader, but there's just more equipment to maintain and to take care of just by the building. I think it costs 28,000 for the repair building, and then you're sorted. Alright guys, I will see you once I have everything up there. Right, and welcome back everyone. As you can see, we're at our tree field, and yeah, there's a lot of trees. I mean, it really is a staggering amount. To give you guys an idea, I checked after planting this how many pallets we bought, because it actually shows you in the game's finances menu. You got don't know, sapling cost, yes. So there, but we won't see it because that was many days ago. 45,000 spent on sapling cost. That means we bought 45 pallets. Granted, there's a little bit left. Okay, so I quickly did a calculation. 45 pallets planted. Granted, there's a little bit left in the planter, but it should equate us roughly about 8 million of whatever currency it is you're working on. 8 million. Granted, it is a bit tedious planting like that, having to constantly fill up your pallets, and with the planter behaving a little bit weirdly. I'll show you guys what I mean in a bit. Like, if you saw the previous video, you would see it double planted some trees here in the second line. You can see that second line is not great, and also the first few lines don't actually line up with the rest. And then also every line, every other line, so sort of, here you can see a pattern more better. It plants one year on the grass, and on the one where it's not on the grass here, it's got one on the grass on the other side, and you know, it keeps sort of swapping it. And for some reason, when it does that, when it comes back on this line here, it wants to go back on that line to go plant there again. Like, what are you doing? So every line, after every 2 lines it is done, I had to stop the helper and reposition him. So my gaps between the trees might not actually be consistent. You know, it might have been able to fill in another line here, but still, it is fine. Alright, now I am fairly certain that this is fully grown. We're going to see that in a second. And we'll know by the fact if we get 4 8-meter lengths out of this instead of 3. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start our engine, and we're going to change our cutting length. That's the most important thing, because the longer lengths you have, the better it is and the more valuable you get. So 8 meters a max, so we just work on that. And then we're going to position our harvester in such a way. So the way I like to work it is that I am running parallel to the trees, and I position my cutter so that is sitting on the trees. So that does up and down, that doesn't do anything. What about this one? That goes there and there, and that does that. Okay, so that's kind of where I want it. And we're going to position it so it's there. So if we change that camera view, does that then change of that? And then middle mouse button will turn that. Or not middle mouse, both mouse buttons. But no, it doesn't change the camera view that well. Alright, so we want to turn a bit more that way, I think. I think we're almost on the tree. A bit more that way, and then maybe turn the cutter a little bit more that way. You can turn on the harvester to open up the cutter, so that gives us a better idea. Then we want to take this as no, not that, come on, this one, as low as possible, because it just gives you more to cut. Right, and so we can position our tractor, our cutter. So unlike in previous farming simulators, it doesn't actually go around a tree anymore and then you cut, and this time it stops in front of it as if it's a solid object. And now you need to cut here, and when you cut, it's going to hold the tree in that position. So then you have to try and drop the tree. But if a tree then falls in between all of the other trees, it gets stuck in between them and it's hard to pull it out. So I try to always just, as soon as I've cut it, reverse straight back, so I can then go and cut the tree there. And I keep doing that as I go along, and I end up cutting the tree on top of the previous stumps. And it works really well for me. There might be better ways, but I'm thinking now, if I maybe try and turn a bit as I go that way, and try and reverse into that direction, it might make the tree fall just outside of these trees. So let's attempt to do that. So we're going to cut and pull, and we did it, and it worked. Lovely. Alright, so now we're just going to keep pressing the cut button, and it's going to cut us nice 8-meter lengths. So there's one. It's a shame we can't go bigger than that because the trailer can actually have 12-meter lengths. And now it's the proof. Are we gonna have a 4th length? Yeah, it looks like it. Yes, we got 4 lengths. So we got fully grown trees. And that is how you know if you have fully grown trees. Now this should bump on that a little bit. And then we can cut our next tree. So we line it up. So we get the cut command or cut option. Cut it and reverse out. And that's gone in between the trees. But that's still fine. Not a big problem. And then you just sit here and you cut your trees. You know? Nice and easy. And we are basically printing money. Lovely. Alright, so I'm gonna cut a few trees. So if I remember, I think you can get 4 trees on the trailer. Yeah, something like that. 4 or 5 trees on the trailer. So we'll cut about 5. And then we'll go sell it. And then I'm not gonna cut all of this. In this episode I'll probably time lapse while I cut 1 row. But then I'll cut off screen and yeah, just reverse straight back. It's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna cut off screen as and when needed, when I need money. So instead of doing a loan, we cut trees. And I'll also be able to cycle it in such a way that we do a row, process it, you know, that's a fair chunk of money, and then we'll get what you call it, the machine, the stomp cutter, cut it out. Maybe do about 4 rows at a time and then replant it, so you always have a working space in between your trees. So this is what I think we're gonna do. Alright, so I'm gonna shoosh now. Whoa! Yes, that happens. Now is a difficult thing of maneuvering it without getting it stuck. So it is a good idea to move out of it once the tree is dropped. You know, move out of your stomp area. Or you could raise your cutter, but I like keeping my cut header, if you want to call it that, in the same position. In fact, we can probably try and drop it a bit, but as you see, we're getting different results on the stumps anyway, and we're still getting our 4 lengths on each tree, so that is good to me. Ooh, let me just double check that. No, it's just a game. Yeah. I'm also subscribed to the Farming Simulator 2019 mods, Discord channel, and they tell you whenever there's new versions of horseplay available. As you can see there, the tree kind of fell wrong, so we don't want to mess that up too badly. I think we're kind of getting a big enough pile here. Yeah, he's gonna mess that up, isn't he? You start pushing them out that way. Yeah, it's like that. Okay. Alright guys, I'll time-lapse the rest of this video, or the rest of this cutting, because I quite like doing the time-lapse. I feel that it just adds more to the video, and then we'll do some selling. You know, I'm not just doing stuff off screen and you guys miss it all, you actually see me do it, and yeah, as I said, I quite like it. Alright, we'll start a new pile here. Alright guys, see you in a little bit. Alright guys, welcome back. As you can see, the last two trees, I'm not grouping them with all the other ones. That's because I want to show you guys the value of each tree and that there is no difference in the price that you get depending on the difficulty level that you play, you know, the economic difficulty. So it still gets pretty much the same value. I mean, obviously it still depends on how straight your logs is and all that, and 8 meter logs gives you the best value as well. So yeah, and as you guys probably saw, I had a few difficulties there with the cutter. You know, I flipped it twice, but hey, that's life, you know. That is how this game works, you know, very unrealistic. Then again, I'm sure it's easy to flip this thing when it's holding a tree. In real life, you know, I think it probably requires quite a bit of skill. Alright, so we're going to start picking up this wood. Let's quickly first do the single trees, and then we can come back and pick it all up and start actually delivering full loads. Alright, so where is that first tree? It's here. Okay. Alright, so bring this up. We got a few controls here. Start auto load wood, and we can switch where we load from the left or the right. We're going to switch it to the right. Okay, so we're going to press O, switch it to right, and then we're going to press B, and it loads the wood. As you can see, that works perfectly well. And then we need to stop it and then strap it down. When we get to the sell area, we don't need to unload it. We just quickly jump out of the vehicle and sell it, and it will take it out of our trailer. As you could see there, I did just auto load regularly. When you're trying to fill up the trailer, I highly recommend you do one log at a time. Let it settle down where it's going to settle down, and then you can load the next one. Sometimes you might load two because you're not quick enough on turning that off, but yeah, otherwise you tend to get a lot of logs that starts going crisscross, you know, across each other, and you can get a lot less on your trailer then. But since we're so close to the sell place, it's not that big a deal. Alright, so first thing first is we're going to check what difficulty we are on. We are on hard. Alright, so we're going to sell this on hard. Now watch our money. Also, I do want to note down somewhere. I've got a calculator open, hold on. So we have, oh, what have I done there? Sorry. We have 87, oh, what am I typing there? Damn it, 87325. That's how much money we have. Right, but we're gonna see how much we're gonna get for this one. So watch up in the corner. Ooh, that's a lot less than I thought we were gonna get. Have they dropped the price, or have they actually made it so economic difficulty affects it? That's a lot less than I was expecting. 4,900. I was expecting 9,000. Maybe I was wrong on that one. Alright, let's go pick up another tree and change it to easy and see if there's actually a difference. I could be wrong on this one. There might actually be a difference. I could guarantee I was getting 9,000. I was definitely getting 9,000 per tree. And we did get 4 links out of each tree, so I don't know what was that all about. Right, let's load this tree up, change the economic difficulty, and then see if it changes, because if it does, then we are most definitely going to be selling at a different price. That was very interesting, as I did a few tests like that, and for the most part I almost always got about 9,200 and something. So let's have a look this time. See how those logs are moving about? You should really strap them down. Right, so let's change the economic difficulty. Easy. Maybe I didn't change the economic difficulty correctly. Still 4,900. So it is possible that they've dropped the sell price of wood because it was so OP. It's still pretty OP, but considering the amount of work you're going to put into work that field, we're now only going to get about 4 million for it instead of 8 million. Hello everyone and welcome back. It's actually been now the next day since I've actually recorded the rest of the episode. I'm just gonna inject this section in there somewhere. I've harvested another row and I'm actually getting good rates again for the trees. Like, what that all about? It's just course play. So I just want to show you guys that I'm not crazy on the prices that I originally expected. You know, it's like these are actual prices that I used to get. We're going to cut down one tree, we're going to sell it, and we're going to inject this section of video in there. I should really turn off cosplay when I do this. Alright, so let's hope I've not cut the tree too low. But yeah, it should still be quite good because I haven't actually closed the game since I've been getting the normal prices again. I don't know if I did anything wrong. I really don't understand why there was such a huge price difference. You know, I really don't get it because I was getting the good price all the way through my testing, and then all of a sudden I started playing, yeah, and it started being terrible. Alright, so I don't know what I've done. Oh yeah, I seem to like whiplashing the truck for some reason. I don't know why. Switch auto load. Now we're auto loading on the right at the moment, so we're gonna drive up here, pick up the stuff. We're gonna go sell it, and hopefully it doesn't do it again. You know, since I'm recording, you know, that thing of when people looking at you can't do it. And you know, I mean, I've harvested that one row. Granted, that row was a double row for 2/3 of the row, so it went quite a lot of money, and I'll show you that quickly in a second. But I've actually, just by finishing that row and at a higher sell price, I was able to finish paying off the loan. Right, let's quickly have a look at the sell price. So we're going to sell one tree, and we are going to get 9,820, which is exactly what I based my price on. I really don't understand what went wrong there. But yeah, just to show you guys, from obviously at one, from all the trees we've harvested so far, so 2 rows, one was 2/3, so almost 3 rows, we got a little bit more than 500,000 already. And the first row sold for half the value of what I believe we should be getting. I don't know if the game had some sort of glitch or something going on there, but it was not right. Alright guys, I'm not actually sure where I'm going to inject this section into the video because I haven't edited the video yet, so I'll see you guys wherever I pick up. Yes. Still, we're going to do it, we work it. It's still definitely the most valuable crop, you know, just takes a long time to grow. That's the only thing, is if you don't have much going on, it's not a problem, but having to maintain the cows while I was doing all of this, it was quite a pain. So 1 log, 2 logs, see what I mean? It falls crisscross. So you can either unload it here, but once you start getting a few on there, yeah, once you get a few up there, then and you try and unload it, it will unload from the bottom, and it's the top ones that you have issue with. So yeah, that's why I'm glad I got that mod that allows me to pick it up, and I can quickly sort out the stuff. Oh, there goes 2. It didn't fall too bad. Yeah, that's okay. That's falling in place nicely. I always seem to go more towards the left than the right for some reason. Really? That's where you want to fall? Right, we need to move that one, most definitely. Whoa! Alright, so we just shake the whole thing there. That was a bit weird. Right, we can't go too much higher because then we could flip the thing, but we are so close to the area, we don't have that many turns to do, so we might as well just load up nice and high. Alright, so we out of our pickup range. We're gonna load these 2 more. That's gonna fall off. Yep. Switch loading to the left. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's strap that down and let's go drop that off. But yeah, you will see that this is... I don't want to try and flip it because, yeah, you know, but at the same time I was doing very little corners before and it would flip. So that kind of sucks about the price. I don't know if I've done something wrong there. I mean, we are at 8-meter lengths, I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah. I was quite looking forward to all that money. But yeah, what can we do, eh? See how wobbly this thing is? Yeah. Also what I realized is I didn't actually have to buy this truck. Because we're gonna have to have a tractor here to do the stump removal and replanting. Could have just had a tractor here with a... what do you call them? Dolly. Dolly, yeah. Make sure we're on... yeah, we're on easy. So, but we know the sell price doesn't make any difference. 24, where we used to be getting 40,000 plus per load. Huh, that's very interesting. Must have been a patch that came out or something. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much that. That is us. Oh, no, yeah, no, that's not that. Sorry. I do want to sell all of this and see how much we get for one row. You know, I reckon... before I thought we'll probably have enough to pay our whole loan. Now I'm thinking somewhere between a third and half. Look at that naughty little stop sign stuck on our trailer. Alright, let's load up. Switch to the right. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Now do we need to go a bit more forward? Come on, fall on the other side. Okay. Yeah, we might not even get that much. So, considering you have to do all of this manually, geez, imagine if you actually had to pick up these logs with a log fork and all that. Oh, it would have been such a pain. At least we got the auto-load trailers now. Makes life so much easier. Oop, went a bit quick there. See what I mean with them going cross? Yeah, I think we're gonna stop there, strap that down. Let's go sell that. Yeah. It's a real shame about the price because I tested it, what, 3-4 days ago? I wonder if there was a patch or something out in the meantime. I really don't know because it's on the same map, it was just a different save file of this map. You know, the save file was a copy of this game. Which is oof, see how wobbly that is? Don't like that at all. Oh. Yeah, that's because we're going over the white markers. You should not go over the white markers. Alright guys, I'm gonna sell the rest of this and then we'll see where we stand after one row and then we can work out roughly what our field is gonna be worth. And it's not gonna be nearly as much as I was estimating, which is a shame. But still, if we're getting just under 5,000 per tree, it's still not bad when you think about it. A pallet of 20 trees cost you 1,000. That means it costs you what, 50 quid per tree, 50 bucks, and you get 1,000 times return. No, what's that, 100 times return on it? It's not too bad. It's definitely not bad. It's definitely not a bad way of making money in this game, I'm gonna say. Alright, is that all of them there? Yeah. Hey, you settle properly. Alright guys, I'm gonna time lapse the rest of this. Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm about to sell the last bit of our first row. Right, so we are at 229. Let's just do that. Just open another calculator. Okay, so we are at 229155. Okay, and we were on 87325. So we've made 100. Damn it, can I stop doing that? 141,000 for selling, what was that, 30 odd trees? 141,000, so not bad, but it just means I have to do, probably was that 2 more rows to be able to pay off our loan, which we just maxed out. Which is not hard, you know, it's really not hard, but it is also best to cut out these stumps before you start the next row. So if we quickly count how many rows we have, that's 1. So we got 1 already, yeah? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. We got 32 rows. If we take that value that we have there times 32, means there's a potential of about 4.5 million in this field. Do I still think trees are worth it? Absolutely. You know, it is still very, very good. If you were to plant any crop on this field, including grass, if you planted grass on this field, you would probably get similar sort of results as to what I'm getting on my one field. Let's see if it will show us the field value. Field 11 doesn't say how big it is, but field value is 192,000. This one got a lot more to it. 287. I want to say field wise they are very similar. Let's have a look there. They are very similar field wise. So, you know, from one grass harvest off of it, you could get a little bit more than a load, which for me is 42 bales. You know, and a load sells at a good sell price for about 100,000. We just got 140,000 from one row of trees. Granted, it takes a lot longer to process, and you have to also do a lot more of it yourself. I don't know if it's possible to automate this with courseplay. I kind of doubt it. Maybe the planting and so on, but cutting down, I think you have to do it all manually. So, yeah. There's a lot more involved in it, but considering we only recently got courseplay, so up until now we were doing everything ourselves. You know, we've been cutting grass all this time by ourselves, which is very boring after such a short time. Yeah. So guys, I'm gonna finish the video there. Thank you so much for watching. Just a little bit so you know, by the time I've finished recording this video, I will have passed 250 played hours in Farming Simulator, and most of that was spent on this map, on this Let's Play. So, you know, I've put in a decent quantity of time into this thing, so I'm quite happy about that, even though episodes wise is a lot less. But, you know, you have to do quite a bit off screen, otherwise you just end up having the same content on your videos over and over again. But yeah guys, there you go, that is wood farming, as I don't know what the actual proper term for it is, but I still think it is a very valuable crop, absolutely worth it. Would I stop doing everything else and just do this? No, because that makes the game boring. It's like doing the grass thing just continuously over and over again to make silage bales. It's boring. You want variety, you want to do more. On the next episode, we're going to sell our horses because they are ready. and we're also going to process some of these things, and we're going to buy our equipment to use our manure and slurry, and then we're going to plant some more crops on our field, and we're going to start getting into other crops. I definitely want to do cotton. It is a valuable crop, one of the more valuable ones. Not as good as sugarcane, but sugarcane sucks. Absolutely sucks. I do not want to do that ever again. But I might just buy some more black and white cows. You know, taking care of this, I think I refilled it sort of twice in the 12 days it took to grow this. Not quite refilled twice, but I topped up a little bit, and then once I let it deplete almost completely, and fill it up again. And just a thing to note is your cleanliness. When your other stuff is in the green and your cleanliness goes to 0, you will be at about a 90% productivity. The cleanliness is not such a big impact on your productivity. But these things is, when they start going orange and red, your productivity drops a lot more. I think I had them all in the red and I was at about 70%. Obviously, if they run out of one of them, it's going to drop a lot more. But overall, they're not that hard to take care of. I quite like the cows. You know, they give you so much more back. You know, the milk you can sell directly. I'm dying to see what we get for that. And this stuff, I think you can sell some of it, but at the same time, just use it. Free fertilizer. You know, that is an absolute ton. We might actually have to sell some of it because we probably can't use all of it. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please hit the like button and please hit subscribe. Helps me out on the channel, you know, new channel and all that. And I'll see you guys on the next episode. Cheers.